Dear students, in our previous class, I dealt with a poem called The Daffodils by William Wordsworth. This time, I am going to introduce you yet another good poem, The Ballad of Father Gilligan by W.B.Yeat, William Yeats. This poem is, by and large, a ballad in the form of a story. This ballad has been written, and the purpose of this poem or this ballad is to give some morals to the readers by virtue of this ballad. And the poet W.B.Yeat, born in the year 1865 and passed away in the year 1939. He was an Irish poet, later on migrated to England, and was awarded the Nobel Prize for English Literature in the year 1923. Miraculous enough, this man, Mr. W.B.Yeat, was a tutor to R.N. Tagore. R.N. Tagore, being the student or a disciple of W.B.Yeat, was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature for the song offering Gitanjali in the year 1913. But Guru received the Nobel Prize in the year 1923. You see, he, as the father, so to say, a true guru who saw his own student like his own son, first got the Nobel Prize in the year 1913, and Guru himself received the Literature Nobel Prize in the year 1923. In this poem, let us go line by line and see what is there for which the poem is interested enough. The Ballad of Father Gilligan, as has been written, is a narrative poem usually sung with regular short stanza which tell a story. In this poem, the poet narrates profoundly meaningful story, and it has a more overtly religious content than most of his poems. The story is about a priest who, being emotionally and physically worn out, fell into deep slumber, and as he woke up, he was horrified by the fact that he could not make it to the beside of the sick man before he died, and that no one had performed the rites of blessing for the dying man. The divine presence in the guise of the priest is an affirmation of a loving and kind God. Let us go see how the poem and the poet in the poem has glorified God's omnipotency. Once upon a time, there was an old priest. His name was Peter Gilligan. By nature, he was a voluntary serviceman. He goes door to door, offers his service to the diseased, to the sick, to the helpless, to the hopeless, and to the apartheid. So this is his so-called voluntary profession, because he himself claims to be a servant of God. One who claims to be a servant of God, he serves the mankind. In this poem, Peter Gilligan, an old man, at least an old man, one day he was dozing on his chair out of overtiredness, because in his church area, under his attention, there are some of the patients, we may say, folks. They are on the grassy bed nearby church, and there are some patients who are on the bed. So bed is full. The rest, they are on the grassy bed. So while he having rest, he has got no rest. And he goes to the nearby places, door to door, to attend the sick man. It is his habit. If he goes and gives service to the sick, to the hopeless, to the helpless, to the apartheid, he becomes quite happy, because you know, the man who renders service without price in turn, without money in turn, he is a typical man. He is typically a religious bent of personality. So father, one day, out of tiredness, he was dozing on the chair. He was almost tired. In the meantime, someone came, said, Father, the patient whom you attended nowadays, he is very much getting worse time to time. Please come. Out of tiredness, the father could not control himself, and he shouted, I have no rest, no peace, nothing. People die and die and die around me. Is it that I am for this? When he shouted at the top of his voice, uttering this line, the man was fed up and he left the place. Hurry up, because he thought Holy Father perhaps was not in a state to go and to attend the sick man whom he had been attending. Then time is over, moth hour, evening came, night also got dropped in, came back. In the morning, the father hurried up with the horse, with his little horse. When he hurried up to the sick man's door, there are speed breakers like rocky area, plain area, marshy land, but he didn't mind his own life. He rode the horse he had never rode in the past, ridden in the past. This means he was reckless. For him, his patient is much more than his own life. As soon as he reached the sick man's door, knocked at the door, the sick man's wife came and said, Father, you have come again. This very line, Father, you have come again. This gave a knocking sense to the heart and mind of the religiously glorified personality, that is Father Gilligan. Father Gilligan thought to himself, oh, me, myself, I had not come to this place the last night. Then the housewife said, Father, what are you thinking? When you came last night, yesterday, and touched my husband died as free as a merry bird in the blue sky. No pain, no groaning, nothing. So I am very much indebted to you. This also added extra sense to the mind and heart of the father. Father said, oof, what a moral crisis. I have not come to this place, but this woman said, I have come, but I have not come. Then he thought, oh, in my firm, God perhaps understood that I was overtired, for which he might have sent an angel from the sky, from the heaven, to this place to take care of the struggling man, the husband, to the sick man's wife. It might be. Otherwise, how is it possible? I have not come, but she says, you have come, you touched, my husband died peacefully, I remain thankful to you, all those things. So, tears came down from the eyes of the father. He prayed to God, oh God, On your command, the stars are twinkling in the sky. On your command, night is and so also day is. Stars are. So it is your greatness. I am the least of things. I am just a minor little things on the earth. But you could also understand my tiredness. You could also understand my feelings, my sentiment when I was tired. You came and rendered service, blessed to the patient, and he passed away so happily. So his wife is becoming very much happy. So in the part, this is the last part. In the first part, he said that in life there are two evenings. First evening, earliest morning. The second evening, so to say, real evening. It means when early morning he breaks out, father leaves his bed and prays to God and attends individually all the patients there. And all the patients with a positive expectation, hopefulness, they have been also waiting for a soothing touch of the Father. He is so much so a religious man that once he touches, the patient thinks he is perhaps 50% relaxed. And when evening went away, and the month hour passed away, night came, stars peeped in the sky, and the stars peeped into the earth. And this gentleman had thought, oh, God is really there for which everything is being made possible. The stars, the night, the moon, every natural celestial bodies and planets are under the command and attention of our God himself. So the greatness of a God has been by and large the reflection, and the poet W.B.Yeat completely glorified the greatness of God. So says the old priest Peter Gilligan was very night and day, for half his flock were in their beds or under green shorts lay. So in the first stanza, we see what the activity performed by the old Peter Gilligan. Old Peter Gilligan seems to be very day and night, very busy. Why is he busy? He is busy because of his service rendered to the flock, the sheltered patients, either on the grass or on the bed. In the second stanza, poet says, once upon a time he was very tired and he was nodding on a chair, and it is almost evening. The poor man came, the poor man had sent a man to the father, and when the man requested, father became angry and immediately reacted by saying that I have no rest. I have no rest, nor joy, nor peace. Am I not a man? For people die and die around me. After saying this with tension, then he repented. He repented and remembered why he had spoken such cruel words, unkind words to that man. So he cried like a child, knelt down and prayed God, oh God, forgive me, forgive me. My body reacted, but not my soul or heart. Excuse me, forgive me. Saying this, he cried. He knelt down on his chair, prayed and fell asleep. And when the next morning came, the night came, and the stars began to peep, they slowly, one star became millions of stars he saw. And there is also windy, and the wind is vibrating the green leaves. And God covered the whole world with his shade and whispered to mankind. He feels as if God made the night and whispered something in low voice to the mankind. So entire mankind fell asleep or falls asleep. So it is the conviction, it is the faith of our Gilligan, Father Gilligan. When the chirping time or sparrow chirping time came, that means next morning night is over, moths passed away, the old Peter Gilligan stood upright with folded hands and tearful eyes and prayed God again and again. Maburon, Maburon, the man has died. I did not go. I said a hard word. That man might have been dead. Oh my God. He slept on the chair. He roused his horse and rode the horse with little care. He rode now as he never rode in his life by rocky lane and fen. The sick man's wife opened the door and said, Father, you have come again. And is the poor man dead? He cried, Yes, Father, he died an hour ago. The old Peter Gilligan in grief moved this side and that side in that room with heavy thoughts in the mind. And, Father, when you were gone, my husband turned his head and died. Ajapi aj a bird. This thing sharply reacted. And Peter Gilligan knelt on that word, and that word became the ringing voice in the heart and mind of our Peter. Peter again thought, oh God, are you so great? The night of stars are yours. The tired soul, they are also yours. You have sent an angel down to help me in my need. I am really grateful to you, God. I am really grateful to you. It is you who is wrapped in purple robes with the planets in his care and command. So God, you have pity on the least of things like me, asleep upon a chair. When a little person like me is just asleep and due to this overtiredness, I reacted negatively and the man came back and you could understand me from being in heaven. So this is my blessing, this is your blessing, and I am very much thankful to you, Father, thankful to you, God, thankful to you. So in the end of the poem, what we come across? The affirmation of faith, the abiding faith of Father upon God, God's existence, God's action, reaction become strengthened. So he begins with his service to man and service to mankind. Service to mankind is service to God, and in the end, he strengthened that there is God, that the entire earth, the heaven, the planet, everything in the cosmos, everything is being regulated and being commanded by the single force that is God, the Almighty, the penultimatum. It is only due to the God that everything is there. If God would not have been there, things could not have happened this way. So his faith maximized, and he is completely and electronically charged with much more religious spirit than he was in the past. So this is a reaffirmation of Father Gilligan's religious faith upon God, and the relation is devotee. I mean to say, our Father is a devotee, that is Shishya, and God is the Guru. So here in this poem, although it is having the Christian temper, biblical tone is there, Bible, it is drawn from Bible, that is a biblical reference, but it is nonetheless our Hinduistic view or opinion. Service to mankind is service to God. It is applicable to all religions, be it Hinduism, be it Zoroastrian, be it Islam, be it Christian, everywhere service to mankind is service to God. And that service should be selfless service. There should be commitment, dedication, and application. If sincere application is there, commitment is there, dedication is there, then that man is really the greatest of the great man in history. And Father Gilligan, as a father of the church, he is dying, he is prepared for his own death, for the life of others in the world. So the ballad gives a moral teaching that let us serve the man and mankind to the best of her capacity without any turn, without any interest. My dear students, perhaps I have really given a summing up touch. I'm in the rounder of it, If any one of you really have any comments to give, please write below your comments so that by and by, we will improve and interact each other. Thereby, you can have the complete idea which is not there present in your meaning book, and it is textual meanings, implications. So, my dear, let us now part with it. Thanking you all. Thanks.